if you're running towards something pleasurable. Be honest about it. Because if you don't know where to go, if you just think of like GPS, right? The only way to get to where you want to go is they need the starting point. So the starting point needs fuel. It's like the rocket when it goes to space, right? What do they say? 80% of the fuel is just to get it like off the ground and out through the atmosphere. Then it hardly uses any fuel. The rocket can go to Mars. Welcome to the Dean Graziosi Show. All success starts right here. Where are you? And thinking through that, if you can't write right now, visualize where am I in my life right this very second as I watch Dean. And that all starts with honesty. Are you dying to get your new knowledge industry off the ground? Are you dying to get into real estate? Are you dying to just fix your personal life, your health, your relationships? Where are you? Pick one. Now, you're here with me. I'm guessing probably your finances, whether you want to make money for your family or make an impact on the world, doesn't matter. But if you're going to stick with that, where are you with your career? Where are you with your finances? Where are you with your business? Where are you with your income? And just take a minute and write it down and be completely honest and transparent. If I look at where I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when I do this exercise every quarter, it's never the same. Never the same. Right now where I'm at, we just found out recently we're having a baby. Where I'm at is I want my business to continue to grow. I'm at a place of legacy and impact. So I'm just sharing while you guys are writing down, right? So because I'm having a third baby and my wife wants to have at least 3 more, yes, 3 more, I'm really working hard to figure out how I can make an impact in the world without having to travel as much as I do now. I'm with my current children half the time. When I'm with them, when they're with me, I don't want to be out of the state. I don't want to be out of the country. I work really hard. But now having a third child in a new marriage with new businesses, I'm really working hard on how I can make an impact like this virtually rather than jumping on a plane and flying around the world, right? That's where I'm at. I want to continue to be in really great shape with my health. I'm 50, having a baby, and going to have some more. I'm going to be an older dad. I want to be in great shape. Where I'm at in my love life, I have an amazing relationship and I don't want to screw it up. I made mistakes in the past terribly. I know where I'm at. I want to continue to work. I know where I'm at is in a great relationship. I'm not doing anything to mess that up. I'm going to continue to work at where I'm at. My businesses are doing fantastic, but I also know that winter is coming. The economy is going to shift. The markets are going to go down. People's spending habits are going to change. The knowledge industry, the real estate industry, those industries can thrive during that time. So I know where I'm at and I know what the pain of a down market's like because I've been through 2 of them. So I'm just giving you lots of examples of where I'm at. I know my starting point. Where's your starting point? Where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, so if you know where you are, now we get to start. Now the next important question, and again, if you just did this recently, do it again with me. Let's do it together here. Where is it that you want to go? Right? Where do you want to go? So you know your starting point. I'm dying to start my new knowledge industry. I want to do masterminds. I want to take my business to $1 million a year. I want to take my business to 10 million a year. Where am I at? My health isn't the best. My relationship isn't the best. My career isn't the best. It's okay if it's painful. Write it down. But now we're going to project on where we want to go. You see, as a reminder, most of us know where we don't want to go. Most of us know where we don't want to go. For years, I did an event in Las Vegas once a month for 5 years. 500 people in the room every month, amazing people. Some of you may even have been at one of those events. And every month I'd bring someone up on stage and I'd say, okay, what don't you want out of life? And I'd have a whiteboard, and just like the one behind me here, and I might go on it here in a minute. But I'd sit next to the whiteboard and I'd say, okay, what don't you want in life? And people would ramble it off like it was rehearsed. Like, I don't want my wife to, bug me anymore about me wanting to be an entrepreneur. I don't want my boss to treat me the way they do. I don't want to worry about the bills. I don't want to stress about my retirement. I don't want my husband to question me. I want him to be on my team. It would be like and I would write as fast as I could. And if you ever saw me on stage, I'm terrible at writing. My spelling's terrible. Anyway, how I write is so sloppy. It's so sloppy. So I'd write as fast as I can. And people would all the things they didn't want out of life. And then I'd stop them abruptly and I'd say, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? 9 out of 10 times, most people would say, wow, that's a really good question. Or let me think about that. or I'm not sure. So think about that. It's like if we were in a car, we know all the roads that will get us lost. Right? Think about that. Think if you had GPS and the GPS came on and it just gave you all the roads that will get you lost. But it doesn't give you the road where you want to go. The GPS wouldn't work. So most of us, I think it's subconscious, are designed to figure out what we don't want. And unfortunately, if we don't do this exercise on a regular basis, that subconscious sucks us in and we spend all the time focusing on the things we don't like or don't want. And that's exactly what we end up getting. We end up getting more of what we don't want because we're focused on it. Now, you've heard that, you know that, but I'm going to beg you while we're here together doing this exercise, really think through it. Really spend the time to realize that anything that we say we don't want and we focus on gets bigger in our lives. Did you ever have an issue in your relationship and something's bugging you? Somebody did something to upset you or insult you and you don't say anything about it. You keep it inside and you think about it and you ponder on it and it wakes you up in the middle of the night and you think about it over and over and it just gets bigger and bigger. The incident was this big, but a week later, 2 weeks later, it's this big only because we're focusing on it. It's growing like a snowball going down the hill, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the crazy part, it would change if you just shifted your focus on where do you want the relationship to go? How do you want to fix it? What's the solution? So I want you to think about right now is not what you don't want, but where is it that you really want to go? And I love using the analogy of instead of looking forward, instead of looking ahead at your goals, what if we pretended it was the end of 2020? Right now, we're right here, or maybe we're finally at my office, but we're together, or we're let's just picture, in the end of 2020, we're at a big event. We are all together in the same room. And oh my God, it was the best year of your entire life. Like on fire. Like I have to tell you, and I feel this most years, some years maybe not, but I feel like this past year was the best year of my life. Getting married and having a baby and, being massively in love and moving into my new house and all these things, partnering with my dear friend Tony. We've been talking about it for over 12 years of partnering. We finally partnered and we made a massive impact. We created a movement. We have the greatest family in the world with the KBB family. We have the real estate family who's doing amazing, the inner circle. Like my team, oh my God, my team is my family. This is incredible. And I have to be honest, but here's the crazy part. I go back and look at my where you want to go from previous years. I predicted this year last year. I swear on my life. I predicted this year last year. And I want you to do that. I want you to live this experience. So it's a year from now, year and a quarter, 12 and 4, 16 months from now. We're in an event. It's January 15th, right after 2020. And we are all in a room and we're celebrating your best year, the best year of your entire life. What does that look like for you? How can you predict your future? Because I believe in today's world, we are so damn busy. We are like, and I again, for those of you that know me, I love to say this, but it's true. We're like the Tasmanian devil from the Roadrunner, spinning so fast with our cell phones 2 inches away from us, with so much information on it. We are just nonstop. We're spinning so fast, we have a dust cloud around us. So then we go to, somebody says, you got to set goals to be successful. And we go to set goals, you're like, I can't even see 2 feet perimeter around me because there's so much crap. Like we get to the end of the day and we're like, we lay our head on the pillow and go, thank God I made it through another day. Where is, in so many cases, we don't find the time for our goal, or we get in a hypnotic rhythm of our life and we're slowly inching ahead, or so we think, or we're working on busy work, not stuff that actually moves the needle in your life. And we just keep going and going, compared to, we take that dust cloud and we extract ourselves out of it. We extract ourselves out of it, and we move a year from now when we're all celebrating. All the inner circle members are high-fiving. All real estate members are high-fiving. HPM members high-fiving. The knowledge business blueprint family, the knowledge brokers high-fiving, because it was the best year of your life. If we extract that and go a year and look backwards, this is the thing that's changed my life. That one thing. Maybe this is your one thing today. Take one thing, throw the rest away. Instead of looking forward to where you want to go, what if it's a year from now and we're looking backwards and go, wow, I launched the mastermind. I'm doing $100,000 a year. I'm doing $100,000 a month. I have the community building. I started doing weekend workshops on Zoom. I started doing 5 deals a month. I started expanding my own business. I'm using those marketing strategies Dean taught me 2 years ago, and I'm finally growing my business. I decided to take the time to read the books or get the counseling to fix my relationship, to be more present with my kids, to not let this rule my life, to stop social media. Like, instead of saying what you're gonna do, it's a year from now, we're looking back and pretend right now, do this with me, you actually did it. What would the best year of your life look like? What does it look like? How much money are you making? Share with it. Guys, please tell me some of this. How much money would you be making? How would you feel when you looked in the mirror? What would you look like? Did you lose weight? Are you eating better? Did you hire a nutritionist? Do you have a personal, trainer and you have a gym in your house? What's the revenue coming in? Do you have people working for you? How many lives? This is the one that I love. How many lives are you impacting? Are you impacting people through helping them with their business? Are you impacting them through your masterminds, through your workshops, through your communities? What are you doing? You see, so many of us, if the clearer the vision on where you want to go and the more focus you have on it, the quicker you'll get there. Like, I can't overstate this. I'm telling you, 4 years ago, I designed 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years, now it's 4 years ago. Going through a breakup and then worrying about my kids and knowing what I wanted out of my life. I literally did this exercise and laid out where I was, where I wanted to go in a relationship. I know this sounds crazy, but I literally pretended it was a year in advance. And I looked back and I said, I'm in the most loving, connected relationship of my life. I have someone that I can give all of me and they're giving me, and I'm going to be the best version of me. And I wrote down literally what this woman looked like, how our relationship would be, how it would be with my children. If you have blended families, you know that worry. I wrote down how she would be and care about my children. I wrote down how my children would literally feel about her. I wrote down how I would be friends with my ex, not just fake friends, real friends. I wrote down how we'd all get along. I wrote all these things down literally a year in advance. And that's the relationship I brought into my life, because you know what I did? I focused on that, where I wanted to go nonstop. I didn't focus on, I never want a relationship that's not trusting. I never want a relationship where we fight. I never want a relationship where the person doesn't exit. I didn't focus on that. But I bet you in my 20s and 30s I would have. Maybe even half of my 40s. So this is how important this is to me, for you to design where it is you want to go. Listen, I've shared this story a lot, and if you've heard it, I'm so sorry. You're going to hear it again. But one of my partners, Ethan Willis, he's a church leader. Him and a bunch of dads take these kids whitewater rafting in Utah or in Colorado. They get there. It's a 5 out of 5 waves, huge waves. They're a nervous wreck. They're thinking of canceling. The guide comes out and he says, "Dads, relax. Don't worry. Kids, get in the rafts. You're fine." He said, "I've been doing this for 20 years, whatever it was." And he said, because I messed up the first 10 years I was doing this. He said, "But not anymore, because now I have the positive point. And this is what I want for you. I want the positive point for my inner circle members." He said, "Boys, when we get in the raft, we're going to hit some really rough water. And when we do, you're going to see my finger, and I'm just going to point. And I'm going to point, and the direction I point is I just want you to look where I'm pointing, and you guys paddle your guts out in that direction. If you do, I promise you we'll be fine." And he said, because the complete opposite, when I first started, we'd get in the raft and I'd see a downed tree that could flip the boat, and I'd say, "Hey, everybody, don't hit the tree." He goes, the whole raft would look at the tree and we'd run right into it. I'd say, let's not hit that big rock. It can flip us over. And we'd go to the rock and it would flip us over. Now that story, Ethan didn't know he was telling me a story that I'd write in my book, I'd write in a course, I'd make a training around it, but that's so our lives. We sometimes point at what we don't want and we run in it. This exercise today, as a reminder to do this over and over, it's why I'm doing this exercise now. I want you to do this with me, is what are you pointing at? Craft this. Spend the time. If you're not doing it right now, come back, watch the replay, hit pause. Where is it you want to go? Where is your positive point going? What's up? What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.